Bergen Community College presents Bergen Bulldog Radio. Torch TV, FiOS Channel 26. The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of Bergen Community College.
Welcome to the Bergen Bulldog Radio, the podcast show here on YouTube, Bergen Bulldog Radio channel, and Torch TV, FiOS Channel 26 in Bergen County, New Jersey. I'm your host, Aiden Moreno. The Bergen Bulldog podcast show is a weekly compilation produced by the students of the podcasting class on the Paramus campus of Bergen Community College. Each week, we will feature several podcasts created and produced by Bulldog Radio students. The topics vary, and we hope you will find them informative and entertaining. This 30-minute program is our live wrap-up show for the spring 2026 semester. It will feature all of the podcasting students in small groups talking about the class and our podcasts. We will also hear from our professor later in the show. Coming up immediately following this program will be the final episodes of the spring 2026 semester. I'm joined by Nick Gonzalez and our classmate, Nate Enriquez. So let's start off. So you guys want to talk about your podcast? What were their names? How did let's start with that. Let's start with Nate. How was
Nate? You mean Nick?
Let's start with Nick. Yo, sorry, I'm too many ends.
Too many end names. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm facing Nick though. So tell me about your podcast.
Well, my 4 podcast episode was about food for thought, basically going into nutrition. As someone who would eat a lot of junk food here or there, you know, I was a pretty big boy back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So I had to start eating a bit healthier, and I feel like I could advocate my journey by telling people to watch out for certain things and to just motivate people to like try. Maybe watch out. Maybe try not to eat like 4 bags of Chick-fil-A per week. You know, maybe just try to watch out about that, you know. But that's just kind of the point of it, you know.
And do you want to tell me about your podcast?
Yeah, my podcast was Gift for Gab. It was about comic books and comic book media and just everything in between. And every week I would pick a character that I really wanted to talk about, whether they were well-known or not, and I would just spend 15 minutes basically giving a breakdown of the character, why they're cool, what their powers are, and why I think the listeners should give them a chance and read up on them.
That sounds cool. I mean, did you guys have any favorite episodes you guys recorded?
I mean, I liked all of them, but I kind of enjoyed the ones where I interviewed. Probably the third one, I bring my buddy Johan into here. Shout out Johan.
Shout out Johan.
I bring him in here, and we kind of.
You had a guest.
Yeah, I did. I have 2
nice.
guests, but like, for the third one, we had like a similar experiences with nutrition. So I thought he could kind of like explain his journey, and I think I had like a lot of fun doing that because me and him have known each other for so long. We talked about this for a while, so to kind of like release that out there to the public is like. Yeah, it definitely made me most excited to do that one for sure.
How about you?
I think the last one I did was the most fun.
What'd you talk about there?
I talked about Rainbow Raider. He's very, very obscure DC villain.
Niche.
And yeah, fun, very niche. But the fun fact about that episode was I didn't exactly know how long I was going.
Yeah.
So I went for about like 22 minutes of talking.
Wow.
It's a little bit overboard. Just
a little bit overboard.
Tiny bit.
We had to cut a little bit out.
Only a little bit.
Trim the fat a little bit.
I feel like a lot of students actually had the opposite problem where they didn't have enough show for the 15 minutes. Like they didn't have that.
Like they went under.
Yeah, they went under.
Oh
basically.
yeah, it's like the nerve of it. But for me, I just kind of pay attention to the person that like cues the time, so I don't go under. Like if I see the 1 minute sign, like if I don't see that, I'm gonna talk for like an hour. But like if that's there, then I know okay, I gotta stop.
So you have no issue with that. So what would you say? Did you learn like each episode? Did you progressively get better at the podcast format?
Yes. Here's the thing, right? I've learned from this class. I've been able to speak a lot better, speak clearer, and when put on camera or on like audio like this, I was always like super awkward. When it came to speaking on camera, I was like, all heebie-jeebies and all that stuff, right?
Sure.
So it's like when I kind of overcame that, I've learned a lot from not just podcasting, from radio as well. That was kind of the foundation, and from like live TV. Yeah. So just the broadcasting in general, but especially podcasting, because I had to speak for 15 minutes on like by myself. I'm talking to a clock and a wall for 15 minutes. Like, I mean, the clock is cool and all, but it doesn't really have much input to respond to my conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I kind of have to talk to myself.
That's why for my podcast I had guests on. So my podcast was the Openly Mindful podcast.
Yeah.
Each episode I had a guest where I interviewed them and I talked about various topics. One episode was about we talked about ADHD and mental health. Another episode I talked to a classmate you'll be hearing from later, Justin. We talked about religion a little bit.
Shout out Justin.
Yeah, shout out Justin.
Shout out Justin.
And that was like a difficult time at first. Getting the skill to interview a guest properly, ask them the right questions, getting interesting responses. So I would say I definitely I got better at each episode.
Yeah,
How about you, Nick?
Yeah, I can definitely agree with what Nick said about getting better at talking long form.
Right.
You know, at first, that first episode is daunting, man. Having to talk for 15 minutes
Yo, the
straight
nerves.
by yourself about a topic.
Well, I'm glad the professor gave us these 5-minute, he warmed us up to that.
Yeah, with the mini podcast.
Yeah, the mini podcast.
And I think Professor Williams giving us so much creative freedom to essentially make our own podcast from scratch and then build on it. I think it helped me along with just, repetition. Being able to talk about what I wanted to talk about helped me talk better in long form.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And what do you guys think? What are your future plans after Bergen? Is this your last semester? Are you going to stick around a little bit longer?
As much as I would like to stick around, it's been it's my last one. This is it for me. I'm out of here. So it's been a great ride, but it's on to more things in the future. Montclair,
Is Montclair?
Yeah, Montclair going to study the same stuff,
I feel like everyone's going to Montclair
Absolutely.
here. So it probably won't be the end you see our faces at least. All the Bergen heads.
Yeah, all the Bergen heads.
All the Bergen heads, yeah.
What about you, Nate?
I have 1 or 2 more semesters here, but can you take a guess where I'm going after Bergen?
Let me guess. Does it start with M?
Oh, I think it does.
I think I got it.
I'm going to Montclair,
Like Monday,
Yeah. Okay.
What about you, Aiden?
Well, I'm gonna stick around. I think a semester more. Got to get that math courses out of the way.
Oh, yeah, that's
and then
why I'm staying
you know
too.
what? I'm not trying to be different, but I think William Patterson is another option.
That's still a great school.
Still a great
Yeah,
school.
it's a great
Has
school.
a great broadcasting program.
I've
Yep,
heard.
I heard.
So I think that's the move with me personally. But what would you say is was one thing you learned from this class? The most important thing you learned?
To get out of your comfort zone. I think that's one of the key things. Interviewing people, speaking into a mic 15 minutes, all that stuff is definitely nerve-wracking, but you got to embrace the nerves. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. And this teaches you that. It teaches you that for sure. And I recommend it to everybody.
How about you?
I would say just picking a topic you're passionate about helps so much. That was it for me. Just picking something that I was comfortable talking about helped me create what I wanted to create and created a product that I was satisfied with by the end of the recording.
I agree completely with both your responses, guys. And I think that's going to be it for this first section. Stay tuned for the next group. We're going to be interviewing more students here at Bergen Bulldog Radio, the podcast show.
Hey guys, I'm leaving.
Hey bro, but are you okay to drive?
Yeah, I didn't drink that much.
April is Alcohol Awareness Month, a time to think about the choices we make. Drinking may seem harmless, but it can have serious consequences. Alcohol slows reaction time and impairs judgment. Every year, thousands of lives are lost due to drunk driving.
Hey, can you give me a ride? Or maybe call me a taxi?
Absolutely. No problem.
Don't be a statistic. Plan a safe ride home. For resources and support, call 988 or visit the website, 988lifeline.org. You are not alone.
You're listening to Bergen Bulldog Radio, the podcast show, with our live wrap-up for the spring 2026 semester. I am Elliot Restrepo, and I am joined here with...
I'm Nick Senescalchi.
And Justin Gonzalez.
And today we are going to be talking about on this live show just how our class experience has been. So let me ask you guys, what did you guys do your final podcast shows on this year?
My show was on RuPaul's Drag Race Season 18. I was reviewing the episodes as they came out.
And I did a bit of a couple of different things. But mostly it was about my journey from a more Protestant view of Christianity to a more Orthodox view, and I was very glad to be able to work on that. And how about you?
I did mine on different video games that I enjoy greatly. I did change it up from my last episode because I was sticking to a theme with games related to Mario on the Nintendo Wii. But I figured since a new game I was really passionate about came out, I'd change it up for the last episode.
I was going to ask, too, what did you guys probably find most challenging about being in podcasting or doing this or during this semester?
I think at first the hardest part for me was getting all the information I wanted to say out in the correct time span and like setting so I want to get everything that I wanted to say in my 15 minutes and have it all paced in a nice way so I'm not like rushing at the end or I'm not dragging it out. And I think the more that I did it, like the better or easier it got because it just like felt more like natural. It's like you get more like a sense with the time where like you can tell where you're like, okay, now it's been like 10-ish minutes, 12-ish minutes, like I gotta start wrapping it up.
And you really?
I think I was actually really nervous when it came to like recording it because I know we always had to stay in like the time frame, but I was always afraid like, am I gonna go over? Do I have enough to fulfill like the quota? And I was always like sweating in the studio, like, do I keep going? What else can I say? You know, but in the end, I think for the last episode, it definitely like came together and helped a lot.
I think it's definitely funny, like remembering those. What is like the two? Oh my gosh, my English skills, guys. So much for podcasting. I'll go fly away now. The what's it called? Remember those 2-minute time marks or like those 1 minute time marks were like killing us. Yeah, I definitely felt the same thing. Probably like I'm good at having conversations with people, but when I need to talk, when somebody says sit here, talk about something for 15 minutes straight, I was like, it being my first time doing that, I was like, man, like this is tough. I don't know. I haven't built up the speaking stamina yet. But again, like you guys said, I think it's been an incredible opportunity to practice that here.
Yeah, definitely. I remember actually doing my episode 4, even though I was on, but like, oh yeah, I'm ready. When I was talking, I noticed whoever was throwing up the numbers, they had thrown up like a 2. I was like, what do you mean I have 2 minutes left? Like, wait, I still have more to talk about. I still need to talk more. But, you know, it's how it works, you know?
Yeah, something that I got caught up with like the timing was since I'm doing a show, I have to kind of get through all the parts of the show. And I'm like, obviously I really like this show, like I'm very passionate about it. So I would just get caught up like talking about one of the drag queens for like a minute and a half and I'd be like, oh my gosh, I have to go back to the actual show.
What about like kind of like a season highlight or like a semester highlight from this class so far? Anything for you guys?
I mean, I think it's just like the class itself, honestly, all the people in it. Honestly, it's all the broadcasting classes at Bergen. I feel like you kind of build such a community, especially having the same professors. Like, I'm sure you guys have had Hem Street if you're a broadcasting major. Shout out Hem Street. But
there we go.
True.
It's like the community that gets built with the broadcasting program is honestly probably my favorite part.
Yeah. Even to add on to that, I mean, this podcasting class, I'm pretty sure, what is there, like 3, 4, give or take, of us that were in the classes last semester as well. Just having that dynamic, I mean, you said it perfectly. Getting to build something with this just small but powerful team has been like game changing for, I think, not only now, but not only the skills that we develop now, but like our careers as well in speaking and whatever we might be in, pursuing later on.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I feel like when you first come into the class, especially if you don't know anybody, you're like, I don't know these people. I don't want to work with these people. And then when you actually like start with the projects, like the first project professor had us do, where like groups of 3, kind of like we are now, just talking about like certain prompts and like going through them, like, oh, I'm so nervous. I don't really know these people. Like, what am I supposed to talk about? But like now we kind of know each other and like you said, the community, it's growing.
Even like going back to that first project, thinking about it now, I was so worried. I didn't know what I was going to talk about. And I didn't have anything planned for today, like for this group, but it's still so natural. Like it is really the chemistry between the people. I think that's really important for these classes.
Absolutely.
You guys are about to make me get a little sentimental, honestly. I mean, one thing I guess I'll, on a little tangent for me is like, I'm started college later on in life. So it's like, I guess, I mean, I don't treat people differently just because of their age.
Right.
I like to treat people, based off like emotional intelligence, maturity, and things like that. So it really does mean a lot to me because I'm so passionate about connecting with people, meeting people. It's an incredible thing to have been able to build that with you guys. So I was like, I'm not a big crier. I might shed a tear though. You guys are incredible, man.
It is always so emotional. Is it your last semester, both of you?
I think I'm gonna be here at Bergen for a little while longer. I know our friends in the last little stint there I heard apparently everybody's going to Montclair. I might have to hop on the train here sometime. I'm feeling a little persuaded.
I'm on that Montclair train. I will be there next fall, guys.
I'm not on the Montclair train. I'm gonna be here a little longer. I'm only halfway done with my grad requirements.
Listen, like we said this in another class, but I think the broadcasting program is like the best kept secret at Bergen. Like, it is
for sure.
Going to Bergen, I didn't do a lot of research. Like, I just kind of picked Bergen, whatever. But I'm so happy that I did because they have such a good broadcasting program.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And it's probably nothing but like success. Honestly, I've only been set up for success.
If I could go back in time, again, I'm not a dinosaur, but I did get a bit of a late start. I'm 24 now, but if I could go back, I would definitely choose Bergen as the place to be. And if there is like anyone in the world who is listening, who is trying to make that decision, come to Bergen, do the broadcasting program. You would absolutely not be disappointed at all.
We are not paid to say that, by the way.
It's also more affordable, just saying.
Yeah.
You know what? Better bang for your buck. This is becoming an advertisement pretty soon.
Exactly.
So we are running low on time here, but I do just want to ask, what was everyone's favorite episode to do for your podcast?
You want to start, Ellie?
I honestly liked all of them, just because I love talking about like Mario and games. I can't.
What a legend, bro.
Yeah, especially just like especially the recording times, where sometimes like when played like Smash Bros afterwards. Shout out that time I beat Nate.
Oh,
shout out that. Anyways, yeah. What about you guys?
Justin?
I'd probably say my last episode because, like we talked about before, everything just started to click. Timing, stamina, content-wise, everything began to click. So, I mean, it felt like I was really complete at that time doing that last episode, and that it was like a building block for whatever's next, for sure.
I definitely agree with that, and I was going to say almost exactly what you said. I was doing my last episode when there was like the open house going on, and there were all these people walking in. So it just felt like I would have been so worried, but I felt so comfortable. I was way less worried than I thought. And
well, stay tuned for our next group coming up in a couple minutes here. So we'll see you hopefully next time.
Bye-bye.
Shut up, you stupid butt. Get in there, you filthy animal.
Every 10 seconds, an animal is abused. Many animal abuse cases don't get any recognition. If something isn't done, the animals will continue to suffer. Don't be silent. Go to www.aspca.org or locally contact the Bergen County Animal Shelter at 201-229-4600. That's 201-229-4600.
Bulldog Podcast live on FiOS 26. I'm Lorena, and I'm here with Alyssa, Lillian, and Joshua. If you guys can introduce yourselves and why you're taking podcasting this semester.
Hi, I'm Joshua Gallatin. I am a journalism major, and I thought that podcasting would help me expand both the virtual side of the journalism world, because journalism is not just on broadcast; it's also radio. Also,
great.
Oh, my name is Lillian Venskis, and I'm auditing the class because I'm a cinema professor here, and I was taking podcasting to help with my lecturing skills.
Mm-hmm. Hi, I'm Alyssa Macias, and I took this class because I'm a broadcasting major, and it was one of the required classes.
So, what were your podcasts about, and why did you choose these topics?
So, I picked mine was known what's called the JBG Project, which is basically all the world's latest headlines. So, politics, sports, world events. I focus basically on 2 sports events and 2 legal stories. And honestly, I picked those because 2 of them were close to heart to me, and the other ones were just random. So one of them was on the Hoosiers winning national championship story. So I interviewed my sister. And another one was on the Super Bowl and everything going on in the NFL. And then the other one was the Nancy Guthrie case and the Don Lemon criminal trial. So, yeah, they were pretty cool stories.
Yep. Interesting.
Mine was called Narratives on the Move, and I was looking at basically franchises and how the narrative stories go from one media platform to another. So film to television to video games to books and things like that.
Mm-hmm. Mine were all book reviews, all like books like I've read, like most of like my favorite ones. And then our professor actually gave me a book to read, so I did my last podcast on that, and it was really good. It was different than what I normally did.
Mm-hmm. So we initially did podcast proposals to see what our podcast was going to be about. Did your podcast come out as planned from the initial proposal, or what changed?
I think it did. It's just I wish my vocabulary was a little better.
Okay. Like articulation?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
For the most part, yes. What I found out is that I think I like having a guest, because I had a guest for my second podcast, my son actually, and it went really well and it was really fun. So he came back for another one. Even though he wasn't really even familiar with what I was talking about, I just like having somebody to kind of, I don't want to say talk at, but kind of bounce things off of.
Yes.
It's nicer than talking by yourself.
I agree. I also liked having guests.
Yeah, I agree. I obviously couldn't really have any like guests, so I will say it was like harder to like do it like just solo on my own for like 15 minutes.
Yeah. So what was the most challenging part of creating the podcast for you guys?
Trying to be able to line up every single guest I wanted for my podcast. So like I got like 1 out of 2 of the guests, because there was one I wanted for my first episode who was a wide receiver for the Seahawks, who was also happened to be a friend of mine. But I found out he wasn't interested in doing it, so that just happened to be the short end of the stick.
What was it? Was the hardest part?
Yeah, the most challenging.
Oh, that was easy. 15 minutes is not long enough.
True.
I had a really hard time with that. Yeah.
I would say for me, I feel like I kept like ending it short than the 15 minutes because I was by myself, and after a while I was like, I feel like I don't got any more to say.
Yeah.
And that, and like when I get nervous, like I talk faster.
I'm like that too.
So then it's like, okay, I have nothing else to say, so I gotta end this now.
Yeah, it is true. You end up talking faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now that we reached obviously our final class, is podcasting something you'll continue, whether it be this podcast or starting a new podcast on a different topic or theme?
I announced at the end of my podcast that the JBG project will hopefully live on. I'm hopefully to announce something at the end of the summer, and whether it's on Apple, Spotify, maybe both, maybe on YouTube, I don't know. But my hope is that there's a lot of stories I want to do that I didn't cover in this prototype. I hope I'll get to continue more down the road. There's so many elements of journalism that include podcasting, and I think the JBG project is going to be a big role in this endeavor for me.
Mm-hmm. I'm definitely continuing. I already bought the web domain of narrativesonthemove.com. So hopefully over the summer I'll be able to expand it. I'm going to take each of these 15-minute episodes and make them the intro to individual series. So I already have 4 series planned.
That's good. We'll all be subscribing.
Yay.
Me, I feel like I would consider it if like I could like have one of my friends do it with me. But as of right now, I don't think I could do it by myself. I need someone to be able to go back and forth with to keep like the conversation going.
Just do it. Get somebody who doesn't know the books at all and just convince them why they should read it.
Yeah.
That's always fun. What about you, Lorena?
My sister actually, she suggested we start a podcast, and that was like last year. So she wanted to start one this year. So I feel like now that I've taken this class, I am kind of like prepared and can help out and initiate that podcast.
Yeah.
And since I'm comfortable with her, it would be like, it will definitely flow much easier than with like, sometimes it was challenging getting a guest onto my podcast, like they'd cancel and stuff.
Yeah.
So with that being said, what do you think is the most important skill you learned for like that you can use to continue your podcast, or just a life skill in your career?
Talking much slower.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
You know what the biggest thing that I learned here from our guests that he had, because he had such good guests, is how they use podcasting as networking. And that's what I'm hoping to use for a theater that I'm volunteering at. I want to start doing a podcast for this theater to help, drum up business.
Yeah.
So something like NGOs would use that too.
Yeah,
Lorena.
I recall that conversation too about using the podcast, and that's what I tried with my podcast. I tried having like a lot of nonprofits come on, but it was difficult because everyone's so busy in this area, and a lot of people they never got back to me.
Well, when you have a lot of time to plan it out, you'll probably get more guests.
Yeah, definitely. And Alyssa, what was the most important skill you learned?
Like Joshua said, talk slower. Like I gotta cut it with talking fast because I'm no one's judging me. No one's really judging me. If I really think about it.
Yeah. So the last question would be, why should other students take podcasting next semester? And that's the last question. So be brief, please.
It's a realm of journalism, and this isn't just a realm of communication. It's just a realm of journalism in my mind that gives you more freedom to communicate with people across the industry that you don't have on traditional broadcasting, like on TV, cable, whatever. And whether it's good, bad, ugly, whatever, it's a good tool.
Great.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun. I think it's really fun.
It was definitely so fun taking this class, and I'm glad I got to meet all of you. And everyone, if you guys can just stay tuned for the wrap-up and also enroll in podcasting next semester if you haven't. And stay tuned for the 6 o'clock live podcast that will air. With that being said.
Yeah. Great. Thank you.
Great, guys. Thanks.
Every year, over 8 million tons of plastic end up in our oceans, harming wildlife and our planet. This year, on April 22nd, join millions around the world for Earth Day, a day to take action and protect the environment we all share. Plant a tree, reduce waste, or simply choose reusable. Small actions can make a big difference. Be part of the change. Earth Day 2026. Invest in your future. For more information, visit the International Earth Day website on www.earthday.org. www.earthday.org.
Feeling overwhelmed with classes, work, or life in general? Bergen Community College is here to help. Join the Stress Management Workshop on April 22nd from 12:30 to 1:30 at the Pitkin Education Center in room S138. This workshop will give you helpful tips and tools to manage stress, regulate your emotions, and calm your mind during challenging situations. Take a break, learn new strategies, and focus on your well-being. Your mental health matters. For more information, visit bergen.edu/events.
All right, welcome back to the Bergen Bulldog Radio podcast show. This is our final segment here, and I'm here with Aiden and Nick S.
Hi. And the whole class.
And the whole class, yeah. I'm here with the whole class.
List them off.
And last but not least, I'm here with Professor Williams.
Hi, guys.
Let's go. Yes, clap it up.
We only have a couple of minutes left, but I got to make a point. We started the class. Nate was running late this evening because he had transportation problems. He started the semester with a New Jersey Transit bus issue. You missed your class because New Jersey Transit stinks. Is that what you said? That was your words, not mine.
Can't seem to catch a break with transit.
He's here to wrap
And
it up.
tonight he had problems with an Uber, so he wasn't here right at 5:30, but he ran in and, let me tell you something, guys, really quickly. I want to thank each and every one of you. This has been my best year of students. Most of you are carryovers from the radio production class. You took that last fall, and you carried over and you took podcasting. I'm just so proud to have worked with all you guys. I know you're all going to be great successes. Special thanks to our editors from the show, Nick Gonzalez and Nick Siniscalchi. Did I say that right?
You did say that right.
Wow, I've been working for like a year.
I don't know if I did.
Graphics, Aiden Barreno and Elliot Restrepo said those right. Our class mentors out in the booth, Jordan Burrell and Jake Fredo. They worked hard. You guys are great. And, man, you're all going to Montclair. That's like, and I didn't push it. I'm a Montclair graduate.
Really?
Well,
we're going to be in good hands.
Say hi and get on WMSC 90.3 FM when you're over there. I hope you're all going to be great. Oh, yes. And I'm going to miss all the people, especially the people with with their names that start with the letter J. It's like I call Jaden and Jordan and Jake and Joshua. I call them, get them all messed up there. But anyway, we're coming up on 5:59 and a half, and we're going live at 6 o'clock with the final show. Thank you for a great year.
I mean, it has been a wonderful year, and you know, I've been you know, blessed to be here with everybody. I'm happy that I took this class, and I'm happy that everybody else took this class. So you know what? From everybody here, a big old welcome. Thank you for listening to Bergen Bulldog Radio.